Hey Unpeelers, welcome to our first webisode of the semester. I'm your host, Carmella Boykin, and I'm sitting down with our TV reporter, Cade Kaminsky, to discuss Netflix and Black Mirror's interactive experience, Bandersnatch. Thanks, Cade, for joining me.
Thank you, Carmella. It's great to be here.
So, what is Bandersnatch, and what's it about?
What is Bandersnatch? Released 3 days after Christmas, Black Mirror's Bandersnatch is the first widespread mainstream interactive TV episode. Yes, while this technology exists, it's mostly used for children's entertainment, but this is the first of its kind to be released on Netflix, on mainstream TV, on a large production, and to a very large demographic who are able to watch and play this.
Great. So one of the main characteristics and selling points of Bandersnatch is it's like a choose-your-own-adventure kind of game.
That's the main thing, yeah.
What are some of the choices and pathways like?
All right, well, I will say this. Some of the choices are very important, and some of them are very intriguing as you take the main character, Stefan, through this almost psychological breakdown of a journey to reducing it to his lowest point of insanity. But I will say, though, this is where the first gripe with the episode comes in. Some of the choices are very gimmicky, and they're very almost inconsequential to the main story. I mean, yes, there are ones that take you through like his journey and go through this really cool sequences, but some of them are just like choose music to play or choose the cereal you want for breakfast. It doesn't come in anywhere. What I will say, though, is interesting is there are a lot of pathways that you think will lead somewhere, but they don't. They actually take you back to the beginning and you have to start all over again, which can be frustrating to some viewers, but I think it's kind of cool because you can explore new possibilities, and that's kind of what saves the pathways, because some of them are really gimmicky and inconsequential, and you wonder why the hell they're there other than to be filler.
And Bandersnatch is part of, like, Black Mirror as well as part of Netflix as a whole. So are there any Easter eggs that we can expect to see?
Yes, if you are a fan of Black Mirror, definitely expect some Easter eggs. Two that were stuck out to me were posters for other video games created by a supporting character named Colin Rittman, played by Will Poulter in Bandersnatch, that are called, appropriately, Metalhead and Nosedive. And if you know your Black Mirror, those were two episodes from the latest series, given that Bandersnatch is a standalone feature. One of the other big ones is from an episode called White Bear. There is a symbol that appears that's sort of at the end, at the climax. So if you've ever seen that episode of Black Mirror, then you'll know what that symbol is, and it really sort of impacts heavily on the story.
And outside of those symbols, does it feel like a Black Mirror episode to you?
You know, I gotta say, other than those symbols and those in-jokes, not really. I mean, one of the in-jokes they have, one of the choices that you can have is you can pick on the Netflix logo, and that leads to some seriously meta-humorous endings and pathways that really just feel out of place and are really kind of there for a laugh. And on top of that, the whole pacing feels off. It doesn't feel like Black Mirror. It doesn't really have the elements such as social context or futuristic technologies or dystopian setting in the future. It's set in 1984, and it really feels like Netflix wanted to cash in on A's nostalgia, which is something that's very big culture right now. But really what it feels like is Netflix's, hey, we did an interactive episode, try it out. It's just under Black Mirror, so it can attract more viewers because that already has a huge fan base in the TV world.
Now, before embarking on the Bandersnatch journey, what should people know? Should they be fans of Black Mirror?
Well, I will say this. I don't think this changes how people are going to feel about Black Mirror, given that it is so different from Black Mirror. What I will say, though, is that if you are going to watch it, be ready for a time commitment. Yes, because the different pathways and because the different ways you can play the game, you can finish it in 50 minutes or you can finish it in 2 hours. So I would say, though, it is worth checking out as is. Yes, it's interactive TV. It's for a wide audience. It's very interesting. I remember the first time playing it, I was like, cool, what the hell is this? I got to find out more. It really keeps you intrigued for the first time. So I will say, though, despite its inconsistencies and some of its flaws, it's definitely worth grabbing a snack and going down the rabbit hole.
All right. Thank you so much, Cade, for joining us. And tune in to CitrusTV.com for more entertainment news. Thanks for tuning in, and see you in the next webisode.